I saw my roommate last night, and I'll never forget what he did. The scream tore through the thin walls of our Brooklyn walk-up like a shattered bottle, raw and jagged, pulling me from the haze of a half-dream where shadows whispered secrets I wasn't ready to hear. I bolted upright in bed, heart slamming against my ribs, the stale scent of yesterday's takeout clinging to the air like regret. Jordan. It had to be him. My roommate, my best friend, the guy who'd crashed into my life 2 years ago with that crooked grin and a guitar case scarred from too many open mics. But this wasn't his usual nightmare thrash, the one where he'd mutter about his deadbeat dad and wake up laughing it off over burnt toast. This was different, deeper, a sound that clawed at something buried in me, the part I'd spent years pretending wasn't there. I threw off the sheets, feet hitting the cold hardwood floor with a slap that echoed too loud in the pre-dawn quiet. The apartment smelled of rain-soaked streets seeping through the cracked window, mixed with the faint, comforting bitterness of his chamomile tea from hours ago. Jordan. My voice cracked, barely above a whisper, as I padded down the narrow hall, the floorboards groaning under my weight like they were in on the secret. No answer. Just the distant hum of a garbage truck rumbling through the alley below, and then another sound. Asobi. Low, guttural, like he was trying to swallow it whole, but it kept bubbling up anyway. I pushed his door open, the hinges whispering a protest I'd ignored 1,000 times before. Moonlight sliced through the blinds in silver ribbons, painting his form on the bed. Curled on his side, knees tucked to his chest, shoulders shaking under that threadbare Mets jersey he refused to toss. His dark curls stuck to his forehead with sweat, and his phone lay discarded on the pillow, screen glowing faintly with a message I couldn't make out from here. He didn't hear me at first, or maybe he did, and that was worse. The air hung heavy, thick with the salt of tears and the faint metallic tang of fear. "Jay," I said softer, stepping closer, my bare arms prickling in the chill. He flinched, unfolding just enough to glance over his shoulder. His hazel eyes red-rimmed and wild, like a cornered animal sizing up the hunter. For a split second I saw it, the mask slipping. The Jordan who joked about bad Tinder dates and belted Springsteen in the shower. Gone. Replaced by this fractured version. Lips parted on a breath that hitched like a skipped heartbeat. "Go back to bed, Alex," he rasped, voice gravelly from the crying, turning his face into the pillow. But his hand, God, his hand, reached out blindly, fingers brushing the edge of the mattress as if anchoring himself to the world. To me, I froze there, inches away, the heat from his body radiating like a plea. We'd shared this space, these walls, for so long. Late-night confessions over cheap whiskey, his laughter filling the kitchen while I sketched logos on napkins, the accidental brush of shoulders that lingered a beat too long. But we'd never crossed that line, never named the electricity humming between us, the way his gaze would drop to my mouth when he thought I wasn't looking. I sat on the bed's edge anyway, the springs creaking under me, and placed a hand on his shoulder. His skin was fever-hot through the jersey, muscles taut like bowstrings. "Talk to me, man. What the hell happened?" The words felt inadequate, hanging there amid the city's muffled symphony. The wail of a siren blocks away, the drip of the leaky faucet in the bathroom next door. He let out a long, shuddering breath, the kind that rattles from the chest, and rolled toward me slowly, propping on one elbow. Up close, the shadows under his eyes looked like bruises, and his scent, clean soap and that faint citrus from his shampoo, wrapped around me, pulling at threads I kept tightly wound. "It's nothing," he lied, but his voice broke on the word, and he scrubbed a hand over his face, smearing the evidence. "Just family shit. Dad called. Again." The admission hung there, simple on the surface, but I knew better. His old man, the ghost haunting every chord he strummed, every forced smile at the coffee shop where he slung lattes to pay rent. The man who'd called him weak, worthless, for reasons Jordan never fully unpacked. Not with me, anyway. We danced around it, skirting the edges of truths too sharp to touch. I nodded, throat tight, and squeezed his shoulder harder, feeling the tremor pass through him into my palm. "You're not weak, Jay. You're the strongest bastard I know." The words tumbled out unbidden, laced with a fierceness that surprised even me. His eyes met mine then, searching, the hazel depths flickering with something unspoken. Gratitude, maybe, or the mirror of my own hidden ache. The room seemed to shrink, the air thickening with the weight of what we weren't saying. His hand covered mine, fingers intertwining in a grip that was equal parts desperate and deliberate, and for a heartbeat, the world narrowed to that point of contact. Warm, calloused from guitar strings, alive. He pulled me down then, not roughly, but with a need that spoke volumes, my body folding beside his on the mattress that smelled of him. Of us, really, from the nights we'd crashed here after too many beers, shoulders touching in the dark. "Stay," he murmured against my collarbone, breath hot and uneven, stirring the fine hairs there. I did, wrapped an arm around him, pulling him close until his head rested on my chest, the steady thump of my heart a counterpoint to his ragged inhales. The sobs eased into quiet hitches, his body melting against mine, legs tangling in a way that felt both innocent and electric. I stared at the ceiling cracks, tracing patterns like constellations, while the city outside began to stir. First birdsong, then the clatter of trash cans. But inside, a storm brewed, one I'd ignored for too long. By the time the first gray light of dawn crept in, he drifted off, lashes dark against his cheeks, mouth slack in sleep. I didn't move, couldn't, not with the way his fingers still clutched my shirt like a lifeline. What had his dad said this time? The question gnawed at me, but deeper still was the realization crashing over me like a wave. This wasn't just comfort. Not for me. Holding him, feeling the rise and fall of his chest sync with mine, it cracked open something primal, a longing I'd buried under layers of denial and bro-code bullshit. Jordan wasn't just my roommate. He was the one who made the apartment feel like home, who saw through my sarcasm to the scared kid underneath, who made my pulse stutter with a single glance. I must have dozed off too, because the next thing I knew, sunlight slanted across the floor in warm pools, and Jordan was stirring, his stubble rasping against my neck as he shifted. "Alex!" His voice was sleep-rough, tentative, like he was piecing together the night. I cracked an eye, feigning grogginess, but my arm tightened around him instinctively. He lifted his head, eyes widening as memory flooded back. The scream, the tears, the way we'd ended up here, entwined like lovers in some indie flick. "Sorry," he muttered, starting to pull away. But I held fast, my thumb tracing lazy circles on his back. The gesture was bold, uncharted territory, and his breath caught, a soft exhale that ghosted over my skin. "Don't," I said, the word simple but loaded, hanging between us like smoke. His gaze dropped to my lips, then flicked up, pupils dilating in the morning light. The air hummed with possibility, thick as the humidity rolling in from the open window, carrying the scent of fresh bagels from the bodega downstairs. "Last night," he trailed off, swallowing hard, Adam's apple bobbing. "I didn't mean to unload on you like that." But his body betrayed him, leaning in closer, the heat between us building like a slow burn. I could hear my own heartbeat, loud in my ears, drowning out the honk of a taxi outside. "You didn't unload, you shared. And I'd do it again. Every time." The confession slipped out, raw and unpolished, and his eyes softened, a small smile tugging at the corner of his mouth, the first real one since the scream. He searched my face. Then, as if reading the subtext in my tightened jaw, the way my fingers flexed against his hip. "Alex, The words died, but his hand slid up my chest, palm flat over my heart, feeling its frantic rhythm. Time stretched, elastic, the world outside fading to a blur. Then, with a sigh that was half relief, half surrender, he closed the distance, lips brushing mine in a tentative press that ignited everything. It was soft at first, exploratory, the taste of salt from tears lingering, mixed with the sweetness of sleep. My hand cupped his jaw, tilting his head, deepening the kiss until it turned hungry, breaths mingling in short, desperate gasps. He tasted like home, like the risk I'd been too afraid to take, and as his tongue traced the seam of my lips, a groan escaped me, low and involuntary. The bed creaked under our shifting weight, sheets tangling as hands roamed. His fingers in my hair, mine slipping under his jersey to trace the warm plane of his back, feeling scars I never knew he carried. We broke apart gasping, foreheads pressed together, the room spinning in the aftershock. "Fuck," he whispered, a laugh bubbling up, shaky but genuine, his breath fanning my cheek. "I've wanted that for, God, so long." The admission hung there, vulnerable, and I pulled him closer, burying my face in his neck, inhaling the pulse there. "Me too, Jay. Me too." But even as elation flooded me, a shadow lingered. The echo of that scream, the call from his dad that had shattered him. This was just the beginning, I knew. The main conflict wasn't the kiss. It was the chasm we'd have to bridge, the family wounds and self-doubt that could tear us apart before we even started. As we lay there, sunlight warming our skin, the city awakening around us, I held him tighter, steeling myself for the storm ahead. Little did I know, the real unforgettable moment was still coming. The one that would force us to choose. Hide in the comfort of friendship, or step into the light, hand in hand, no matter the cost. The day unfolded in a haze of stolen touches and half-smiles, the apartment feeling smaller, more alive with every glance. Jordan brewed coffee in his boxers, the steam curling up like secrets, and I watched from the counter, sketching absent-mindedly on a notepad. The curve of his hip, the way his shoulders flexed as he poured. "Stop staring," he teased, sliding a mug my way, our fingers brushing in that now electric way. The ceramic was hot, grounding, but nothing compared to the fire simmering under my skin. We didn't talk about the kiss, not yet. Too raw, too new. Instead, we fell into routine, laced with undercurrents. Him humming an old folk tune while scrubbing dishes, me leaning against the sink, hip bumping his deliberately. The clink of plates, the splash of soapy water. It all felt charged, every sound amplified. By afternoon, we'd ventured out, wandering the brownstone-lined streets of our neighborhood, hands swinging close but not quite touching, the autumn air crisp with falling leaves that crunched underfoot like brittle bones. At the corner deli, he grabbed us subs, turkey on rye for me, veggie for him, and as we sat on a stoop, knees knocking, he finally cracked. "About last night, Dad didn't just call to check in." His voice was low, the street noise, kids shouting, a bus hissing brakes, fading to a dull roar. He picked at the crust, eyes on the sidewalk. He found out about me, somehow. Saw an old photo from Pride last year, I guess. Went off like a bomb. Called me every name in the book. Said I was a disgrace, that Mom would roll in her grave. The words landed like punches, each one echoing the scream from hours ago. I set my sandwich down, appetite gone, the mustard's tang sharp on my tongue. Jay, what could I say? That his dad was a coward projecting his own failures? That Jordan's light, the quiet strength in his music, the kindness in his barista small talk, outshone that darkness? Instead, I shifted closer, our thighs pressing, a silent vow. He's wrong. You're not a disgrace. You're everything. He looked up then, eyes glistening but steady, and leaned into me, head on my shoulder. The world narrowed to that contact, the wool of his jacket rough against my cheek, the faint scent of mustard and man. Passers-by blurred, but I felt their glances, the subtle weight of assumption. In New York, it was nothing new, queer visibility woven into the fabric of the streets, but today it felt monumental, like we were claiming space inch by inch. Back home, as dusk painted the walls in bruised purples, tension coiled tighter. We sprawled on the couch, a forgotten Netflix cue flickering, his legs draped over mine in casual intimacy. But his phone buzzed, once, twice, and each time his body stiffened, the easy laughter dying. "Ignore it," I murmured, hand sliding up his calf, thumb pressing into the muscle there. He nodded, but the shadow in his eyes lingered, a reminder that the call wasn't just words. It was a fracture reopening old wounds. Night fell heavy, the city lights twinkling like distant stars through our window. We ordered pizza. Greasy pepperoni, the kind that leaves oil stains on the box, and ate cross-legged on the floor, knees bumping, sauce smudged on his chin that I wiped away with my thumb, lingering too long. He caught my wrist, held it there, pulse racing under my fingertips. "Alex, what are we doing?" The question was soft, laced with fear, the good kind, the kind that precedes leaps. I set the slice down, heart in my throat. "Whatever this is, it's real. And I don't want to stop." His smile was tentative, blooming slow, and he pulled me into another kiss. This one slower, deeper, tongues exploring with a reverence that made my chest ache. Hands wandered freer now, shirts tugged off in a rustle of fabric, skin meeting skin in sighs and shivers. His body was lean, marked by faint freckles across his collarbone. A tattoo of a compass on his ribcage that I traced with lips and fingers, tasting salt and desire. We moved to my room. His felt too tainted by the night's ghosts, and the bed welcomed us with cool sheets that warmed quickly under our heat. It was clumsy at first, laughs muffled against necks as elbows knocked, but it built urgent and tender. The hitch of his breath when I nipped his earlobe, the way his nails dug into my back, leaving half-moons that stung sweet. Sounds filled the space. Gasps, the creak of the frame, the wet slide of mouths, and outside, rain began to patter, a soft counterpoint to our rhythm. After, we lay tangled, sweat cooling on skin, his head on my chest again, but this time with purpose. "I love you," he whispered into the dark, the words slipping out like a confession long held. My heart stuttered, then soared. "Love you too, Jay. Always have." The rain drummed harder, washing the city clean, but inside, clarity settled. This was us, flawed, fierce, finally facing the light. Yet dawn brought the inevitable knock, or rather, the insistent buzz of his phone, vibrating off the nightstand like an alarm for war. Jordan groaned, reaching for it, but I snatched it first, screen lighting his face in harsh blue. The text preview. "You think that fag roommate's gonna save you? Come home and face me, boy. From Dad." Rage boiled in me, hot and immediate, but Jordan's hand on my arm steadied it. "Don't," he said, voice firm despite the tremor. "He's baiting. Always has." We dressed in silence, the air thick with unspoken strategy. Over coffee, black for me, 2 sugars for him, we plotted. "Block him," I said, stirring mine with more force than needed, the spoon clinking like judgment. "Or better, tell him to fuck off. On your terms." Jordan sipped, eyes distant, steam rising like doubts. "It's not that easy. He's family. The only one left." The words cut, revealing the boy beneath the man, the one who'd lost his mom young and clung to scraps of approval. I reached across the table, lacing our fingers. "Family's what you make it, Jay. And I'm right here." His squeeze was answer enough, but the conflict loomed, a gathering cloud. That afternoon, he headed to his shift at the coffee shop, promising to think on it, while I paced the apartment, the walls closing in with what-ifs. What if his dad showed up? What if the toxicity pulled him under? The scent of his cologne lingered on the pillows, a ghost that both soothed and tormented. Evening found us at his open mic gig in a dimly lit East Village bar, the air smoky with craft beer and anticipation. He took the stage, guitar in hand, spotlight carving shadows on his face, and when he sang, voice raw, lyrics about lost boys and found homes. The room hushed. I sat front row, chest tight, every note a thread weaving us tighter. Midway through, his eyes locked on mine, and the bridge swelled. I saw you in the dark, and you saw me too. No more hiding, brother, we'll break on through. Cheers erupted, but for me it was a vow. Back home, buzzed on adrenaline and cheap whiskey, we tumbled into bed, bodies familiar now, movements fluid. But as climax crested, his name a prayer on my lips, a knock shattered it. Not the door, his phone again, insistent. He answered this time, face paling. Dad?
Yeah, I'm.
What? The call ended abrupt, and he stared at the screen, world tilting. He's coming here, tomorrow. Says we need to talk man to man. Panic flickered, but I pulled him close, breaths sinking in the dark. We'll face him together. His nod was small, but there, steel forging in the fear. The rain had stopped, leaving puddles reflecting streetlights, mirrors to our resolve. Little did we know, the confrontation would strip us bare, forcing truths that could heal or destroy. But in that moment, wrapped in each other, we were unbreakable. The morning arrived like a thief, sunlight too bright, coffee tasting bitter on my tongue as I paced the kitchen. Jordan was quieter than usual, nursing his mug, fingers drumming a nervous rhythm on the Formica counter. The same one scarred from late-night jam sessions. The apartment felt like a stage set for battle. Our shared mugs on the drying rack, his guitar propped in the corner like a sentinel. My sketchpad open to a half-finished portrait of him, eyes alive with that post-kiss glow from days ago. He'll be here by noon, Jordan said finally, voice steady but eyes betraying the storm. Hazel flecked with gold, now shadowed. I nodded, rinsing my cup with a splash that echoed too loud, suds foaming like unspoken fears. We'll set boundaries. No bullshit. But inside, my gut twisted. I'd met the man once, at a forced holiday dinner last year. Burly ex-cop with a beer gut and a handshake like a vice. Eyes appraising Jordan with disappointment masked as concern. To him, I was just the roommate, oblivious to the undercurrents. We spent the hours prepping in subtle ways. I vacuumed the rug, banishing dust bunnies like demons. He tuned his guitar, notes floating soft and soothing, a melody about roots and wings. By 11:45, the buzzer sounded, a harsh rasp that jolted us both. Jordan hit the intercom, throat bobbing. Dad! The door clicked open, and footsteps thudded up the stairs, heavy as judgment. He filled the doorway when he arrived, broad-shouldered in a faded Eagles jacket, salt and pepper hair cropped military short, face etched with lines from years of scowls. Son, he grunted, eyes flicking over me dismissively before landing on Jordan, hard and unyielding. The air soured instantly, carrying the faint whiff of cigarette smoke clinging to his clothes. We need to talk. Alone.
No.
Jordan's voice was firm, surprising even me, as he stepped forward, blocking the threshold. Alex stays. This involves all of us now. The man's brow furrowed, a vein pulsing in his temple. But he stepped in anyway, the door shutting with a click like a cocked gun. We settled in the living room, him on the armchair, us on the couch, thighs pressed for solidarity, the leather creaking under the weight. What the hell's this about you prancing around with rainbows and such? His dad dove and blunt, voice gravelly from smokes, leaning forward, elbows on knees. Your mother's gone, and you're out there making her ashamed? With him. The accusation landed like a slap, eyes darting to me with venom, assuming the worst or knowing it. Jordan's hand found mine, squeezing hard enough to bruise, knuckles white. It's not prancing, Dad. It's me, gay. Have been since forever. And Alex? He's not making me anything. He's the best thing that's happened to me. The words poured out, steady at first, then gaining fire, the raw edge of the scream from that first night resurfacing. I felt his pulse racing through our joined hands, the room shrinking around us. His dad barked a laugh, bitter and hollow, rubbing his jaw. Bullshit. You're confused. Boys your age experiment, but this, it's weakness. I raised you better. The dismissal hung heavy, the clock ticking loud on the wall, each second a hammer blow. Jordan's breath hitched, a sound I'd come to know too well, but he didn't break. You raised me to hide, to pretend. Mom knew, Dad. She loved me anyway. You're the one who's weak. Can't face what you can't control. Silence crashed down, thick as fog rolling off the East River. The man's face reddened, fists clenching on his thighs, the leather of his jacket creaking. I braced, ready to jump in, my free hand itching to shield. But then something shifted. His eyes, steel gray, softened fractionally, glistening with what might have been tears or rage. I lost her too, boy. Watching you. Throw it away. Voice cracking, he trailed off, shoulders slumping, the giant deflating. Jordan leaned forward, still gripping my hand. It's not thrown away. It's lived. And if you want in on that, fine. But no more poison. The ultimatum lingered, vulnerable yet ironclad, the air humming with the weight. His dad stood abruptly, chair scraping, and for a moment, I thought fists would fly. Instead, he pulled Jordan into a rough hug, awkward, backslapping, but real, the kind that smelled of Old Spice and regret. Think on it? He muttered, pulling back, eyes avoiding mine. Then to the door, pausing. Take care of him, kid. A nod my way, grudging, but there. The latch clicked shut, and we exhaled in unison, collapsing back, bodies sagging. Holy shit, Jordan whispered, head lolling onto my shoulder. A laugh bubbling up through the tears streaking his cheeks. The apartment felt lighter, air circulating fresh, carrying away the smoke. I turned, cupping his face, thumbs swiping salt from skin. You were incredible. Our kiss was salt-tanged, fierce with victory. Bodies pressing close on the couch, hands roaming in rediscovery. That night, we celebrated small. Takeout Thai from the spot down the block, spicy enough to make eyes water, laughter flowing freer than the Singa beer. Curled on the bed later, his head on my chest, fingers tracing lazy patterns on my stomach, he murmured, "Thank you for staying." The rain returned, gentle patter on the window, lulling us towards sleep. Always, I replied, kissing his temple, the scent of lemongrass lingering. But meaning deepened in the quiet aftermath. Jordan's dad texted days later. An apology, terse but sincere, inviting coffee. We went together neutral ground at a midtown diner, formica tables sticky with syrup ghosts. Awkward at first, small talk about weather, the Mets losing streak, but cracks formed. Stories of Jordan's mom, her laugh like his, the regrets piling like unread mail. By the end, handshakes turned to nods, a bridge half built. Months blurred. Jordan's gigs drawing crowds, my designs landing freelance gigs, our lives intertwining like vines. The apartment evolved, photos on the fridge of us at Coney Island, wind-tousled and grinning. His guitar now sharing space with my easel. Intimacy deepened, nights of whispered dreams and mornings of lazy fucks, bodies knowing each other like old maps. The real climax came unbidden, on a crisp fall evening 6 months in. Jordan on one knee in our kitchen, ring simple. A silver band etched with a compass rose, eyes shining. Marry me, Alex. Let's make this forever. Tears pricked, my yes a choke, pulling him up into a kiss that tasted a future. We wed in a rooftop ceremony, Brooklyn skyline as witness, his dad in the front row, eyes wet but proud. Vows exchanged under string lights, promises of storms weathered together. The dance floor pulsed with queer joy, friends, chosen family, his hand in mine, leading through the chaos. Years on, That first scream fades to anecdote, but the lesson endures. Love isn't found in hiding. It's forged in the fire of facing fears, hand in hand. Jordan's music soars now, albums charting quiet hits. My art graces galleries. But home? It's him. Hazel eyes crinkling in laughter, body warm against mine in the dark. Unforgettable, indeed, and worth every shattered night. The proposal lingered in the air like the scent of rain on hot pavement. But life didn't pause for happily ever afters. We dove back into the grind, Jordan slinging espressos at the village cafe. Me hunched over my laptop tweaking ad campaigns for some startup hawking eco-friendly socks. The ring felt foreign on my finger at first, a cool weight that grounded me during client calls. A secret smile when I'd catch it glinting under desk lamp. Mr. and Mr. Soon-to-be. He'd tease over breakfast, flipping pancakes that came out lopsided but golden, syrup dripping sticky onto plates. Yet beneath the glow, fissures lingered. His dad's tentative thaw was progress, but trust rebuilt slow, like a wall of bricks laid one apology at a time. Coffee meetups turned monthly, stilted chats evolving into shared beers at a sports bar. Gruff compliments on Jordan's latest track, slipping out amid innings. Sounds like your mom, he'd grunt once, eyes on the screen. But the words landed soft, a balm on old scars. Jordan would squeeze my knee under the table, a silent thank you that made my chest swell. Our friends noticed the shift, queer circle tight-knit, forged in dive bars and pride marches. At game nights in Mia's loft, rainbow flags draping like party streamers, they'd rib us mercilessly. Finally made it official, lovebirds? Beers clinked, laughter echoing off exposed brick. But in quieter moments, like when Jordan's hand found my back during a heated Cards Against Humanity round, I'd feel the depth of it. The chosen family that caught us when blood fell short. One evening, post-shift, Jordan burst through the door, guitar case banging the frame, face alight. Got the gig. His voice cracked with joy, pulling me into a spin that ended with me against the counter, lips crashing in victory. A real venue, small club in the LES, opening for an indie band with radio play. This could be it, Alex. His eyes, wide and hopeful, mirrored the kid he'd been before doubts piled on. We prepped like warriors. Him woodshedding lyrics till voice hoarsed, me designing flyers. Bold fonts screaming Jordan Hail. Breaking dawn, abstract swirls evoking city nights and hidden hearts. Rehearsals filled our space, notes vibrating through floorboards, neighbors thumping approval. Intimacy wove in, post-practice showers turning steamy, water sluicing over skin as hands mapped familiar territories, gasps echoing off tiles. The night arrived electric, club pulsing with bass thrum, air thick with sweat and spilled gin. Backstage, cramped and humid, he paced, fingers flexing. What if I choke? Doubt flickered, old ghost. I cupped his face, thumbs on cheekbones. You'll shine, like always. Kiss fierce, tasting of mint and nerves. Then he was gone, onto stage, spotlight bathing him in gold. The set ignited. Opener raw acoustic, voice trembling then soaring on echoes in the alley. Crowd swaying silent then erupting. By encore, sweat slick, shirt clinging, he dedicated the closer to me. For the man who saw me first. Eyes locking across the haze, heart in his throat. Applause crashed like waves, but mine was the loudest, chest bursting. After party blurred in congratulations, shots burning trails, bodies pressing close in the throng. Home late, buzz fading to tenderness. Undressing slow, kisses trailing spines, bodies joining in rhythm like the songs he'd sung. Proud of you, I whispered into his hair, limbs entwined, city hum lulling us. But success's shadow loomed. Label scout approached next week. Email crisp, offer tentative. Demo deal if we toured. Jordan paced our kitchen, coffee cold. This means leaving. Months on the road. Excitement warred with fear of distance, of reverting to solo shadows. I pulled him close, foreheads touching. We'll make it work. FaceTime, surprise visits. You're meant for this. But inside, ache bloomed. What if the miles stretched us thin, like guitar strings overtuned? Packing commenced. Duffel stuffed with teas, notebook scribbled with set lists. Departure dawn, cab idling curbside, exhaust fumes curling. Kiss goodbye salty, hands lingering on necks. Call when you land, I said, voice thick. He nodded, boarding call echoing in my skull long after the airport swallowed him. First week solo brutal. Apartment echoing empty, bed vast and cold. Sketches turned maudlin. His silhouette against tour buses, lonely under neon. Calls bridged gaps. His voice crackling from motel rooms, laughter over bad diner food. Whispers turning heated till static cut us short. Miss your hands, he'd groan, and I'd ache, fingers tracing phantom paths. Mid-tour update. Gig in Austin, crowd wild, but post-show crash hit hard, doubts flooding via dad's voicemail, left unprompted. Heard you're chasing dreams. Don't forget where you came from, son. Jordan shared it over late-night video, face pale in laptop glow. He's trying. Sort of. We dissected it, finding grace in the gruff. My surprise visit. Philly stop, train rattling through night. Caught him off guard. Hotel lobby, him toweling hair post-shower, eyes widening to grins. Door slammed, bodies colliding, urgency born of absence. Clothes shed in frenzy, skin fever hot, moans muffled in pillows. Reunion raw, reclaiming. Tour wrapped triumphant. Debut EP greenlit. Tracks charting indie lists. Homecoming parade. Airport pickup. Bear hug lifting me off feet. Scent of road-worn leather enveloping. Apartment alive again. Unpacking tales over pizza. Grease-slick fingers linking. But closure waited. Wedding planning. Rings exchanged, now symbols. Venue scout in Central Park. Fall leaves crunching underfoot. Envisioning vows amid oaks. Invite sent, his dad RSVPing yes. +1 a cousin, bridge extending. Ceremony day dawned crisp. Suits tailored sharp. Nerves buzzing like pre-gig jitters. Rooftop vista sparkled. Hudson glittering. Guests milling. Queer kin in vibrant ties. Straight allies beaming. Jordan at altar. Breathtaking in navy. Eyes locked as I walked aisle, hand in Mia's. Vows poured mine. You saw my shadows, pulled me to light, his. In your gaze I found home.
Rims slid smooth, kish ceiling, chairs erupting, confetti swirling.
Dance floor ignited, his dad clapping awkward rhythm, then pulling Jordan aside. Hug tight, words lost but felt. Proud, son, truly. Reception blurred joy. Toasts slurring love. Cakes smeared in laughter. Bodies swaying slow to our song. Night ended in hotel suite. Overlooking skyline. Bodies spent but souls full. Love not just survived, but thrived. Meaningful in every scar mended. Honeymoon beckoned like a siren. 2 weeks in Provincetown. Cape Cod's queer haven, where rainbow flags fluttered from every porch like welcomes home. We drove up in the old Civic, windows down, salt air whipping hair, radio blasting his EP tracks mixed with classic rock anthems. Jordan's hand on my thigh, thumb circling lazy, sparked memories of early drives. Pre-confession tension, now evolved to easy intimacy. Remember that road trip to the Finger Lakes? He mused, grin sly. You drove the whole way, pretending not to notice me staring. Laughter bubbled, wind tousling. Pretending? I was dying inside. Dunes rose golden as we crested, ocean crashing eternal. And our rented cottage waited, shingled quaint, porch swing creaking invitation. Unpacking light, swimsuits, books, bottle of Prosecco chilling. First night, sunset painting waves crimson, We walked beach barefoot, sand cool between toes, his arm around waist. "This is us," he said, soft, lips on temple. "Forever starts here." Days melted lazy. Mornings tangled in sheets smelling of sea and sex. Bodies waking slow with kisses trailing collarbones. Hands rediscovering curves. Breakfasts of fresh lobster rolls from harbor shacks. Butter dripping chin. Licked away amid chuckles. Afternoons biking dune trails, wind salty. Stopping for picnics, cheese, grapes. Fingers feeding bites. Eyes promising more. Evenings queer pulse. Drag shows and teeming bars. Glitter-streaked queens lip-syncing gaga. Us cheering hoarse. Bodies pressed in throng. His laugh vibrating chest. One night, bonfire on beach. Locals strumming guitars. Stories shared circle. Tales of coming out. Losses, triumphs. Jordan joined. Voice weaving original. Tides of you. Flames flickering faces. My heart swelling at the raw beauty. But honeymoon's hush revealed depths. Late night talks on porch. Stars pricking velvet sky. Waves shushing secrets. "Dad called today," he admitted, rocking swing gentle. "Wants to meet the hubby formal. Lunch next month." Pride-laced words, but undercurrent residual wariness. I squeezed hand. "We'll go. Show him the family we built." Silence companionable, fireflies winking approval. Return thrust us urban. Wedding afterglow fading to bills, deadlines. Jordan's EP climbed charts slow, promo interviews, radio spots crackling excitement, his voice steady recounting journey. I tagged along one. Studio dim, mics looming, host probing gentle on inspirations. "My husband," he said, glanced my way electric, saw me at my lowest, loved me through rise. Home front bloomed. Apartment upgrades, bookshelves for his vinyls, my art wall expanding. Friend's baby shower. Queer couple adopting. Tiny onesies rainbow striped. Stirred talks. Kids? Someday, maybe, via surrogacy dreams sketched napkin. Conflict simmered subtle. His rising star pulled. LA meeting with label execs. Week away. "Just talks," he assured, packing suitcase crisp. Airport goodbye familiar ache. Kiss lingering till boarding announced. Solo nights stretched. Sketches of empty stages. Calls his voice tinny. Hotel loneliness seeping. "Missed the chaos," he joked, but fatigue-lined eyes. Mid-trip twist. Text at 2 a.m., gig offer. Open for national tour. What do you think? Elation ward worry. Opportunity gold, but toll on us? Video call dawn my time. Him pacing balcony, city lights blurring. "It's huge, Alex. But you, us." Honesty cracked me. "Go. We'll adapt. Love's not stationary." Decision made, hug virtual tight. Tour prep whirlwind. Set lists laminated, merch mocked, tees with compass tattoos. Departure eve. Lovemaking urgent. Bodies desperate, sighs naming fears, release cathartic tears. "Come back whole?" I whispered, holding post-glow. Road life filtered snippets. Instagram stories. Him on stage, sweat glistened, crowds chanting. Texts poetic, miss your laugh in the quiet. Visits punctuated, me flying Chicago, crowd surfing thrill, hotel reunions fevered, sheets twisted testaments. Halfway mark, strain showed. Call strained, his voice edged. "Dad's been supportive. Sent ticket to a show. Progress bittersweet. But isolation nod, missed birthdays, holidays blurred Zoom. Letter arrived my mailbox. His handwriting looping, you're my anchor. Don't forget. Read aloud to empty room. Tears salting coffee. Crisis peaked Nashville. Post-show bender. Bad acid trip flashback. Panic attack stage left. Medics hovering. Call came frantic. "Alex, I can't breathe." Heart stopped. Flight booked red eye. Landing dawn gray. Hospital sterile beeped. Him pale in gown. eyes finding mine relief. Sorry. First word hoarse. Hold silent, fingers laced 4 tubes. Recovery raw, tour paused, homebound healing. Days cocooned. Soup simmered, walks park slow, talks peeling layers. Push too hard, he admitted. Head my lap, leaves rustling overhead. Forgot balance. Therapy suggested, sessions joint. Queer counselor gentle, unpacking tour's mask. Dad's echoes. Rebuild intentional. Gigs local scaled, my freelance flexible. Date nights reclaimed. Picnics rooftop, stars reclaiming. One evening, guitar soft, he sang new Harbor Lights, us theme. Lyrics wove our arc. Screams to serenades, fractures to forever. Anniversary neared. 1 year wed. Vow renewal intimate. Backyard friends. Just us. Rings re-exchanged under string lights. Kiss sealed. Cake shared fork to mouth. Laughter bubbling. His dad attended, toast gruff. To family. The kind that sticks. Glass clinks echoed meaning. Love not linear, but layered, resilient. Life settled fuller. Adoption papers filed. Dreams of tiny feet pattering. Jordan's album dropped. Reviews raving authenticity. My exhibit solo walls his portraits. In bed nights, bodies spooned, breaths synced. I traced his ink. This is our story, whisper. Unforgettable. Sleep claimed, dreams shared, love's meaning etched eternal. Adoption journey unfolded labyrinthine. Agencies forms endless, home studies probing like spotlights. First visit social worker. Clipboard clicking, eyes assessing our nest, crib assembled corner, bookshelves rainbow lit. Tell me about your partnership, she prompted, couch sagging under us. Jordan's hand mine steady. Began rocky nightmares, truths unearthed. Built from there, brick by honest brick. Her nod warmed, approval ink stamped. Waitlist stretched months, ache growing. Baby showers friends, coos tugging heartstrings. Filler joys. Volunteering queer youth center, mentoring teens, Jordan jamming acoustics, me facilitating art circles. One kid, shy 16 with eyeliner smudged, confided, scared to tell dad. Echoed our start, advice gentle. Find your Alex, the one who sees. Tears shared, breakthrough small. Breakthrough ours arrived, email crisp. Match newborn boy, bio mom choosing open, relinquished loving. Hospital dash, hearts pounding, sterile halls blurring. Room soft lit, bassinet tiny, swaddled miracle. Dark curls like Jordan's, cries fierce. Hold first tentative, his weight grounding, tears hot. Hey little man, Jordan cooed, voice cracking. Welcome home. Name chosen en route. Riley, Ryfield's golden, nod to roots. Parenthood crash title. Nights fragmented cries, diapers daisy-chained, coffee cold perpetual. Zombie days, me sketching lullabies, Jordan humming originals cribside. Milestones magic. First smile gummy, grip tiny fierce on fingers. Family swelled. His dad visiting, awkward at first, holding stiff but softening coup by coup. Looks like you, kid. Grunt to Jordan, eyes misted. Bridge solidifying. Challenges crept. Sleep deprivation fraying tempers. Arguments sharp over bottles warmed wrong. One midnight clash. Riley wailing colic. Me snapping exhaustion. Jordan retreating silent. Morning regret heavy. Coffee shared amends. We're learning. Hug tight. Therapy tuned. Parenting sessions. Balancing bio hauntings. Jordan's career hummed parallel. Album success birth tour mini, but scaled. Weekends only, Riley backpack bound. Stage dad glow. Encore dedications. For my boys back home.
Fense Dort. Merg tot Zeist Selling Swift.
My art bloomed paternal. Portraits Riley's eyes wide wonder. Galleries queer themed. Exhibit opening chaotic joy. Riley babbling arms, Jordan beaming pride. Review clipped fridge. Hale's lens captures love's quiet revolutions. Vacation tested bonds. Cape return, Riley toddling sands, waves lapping giggles. Evening's porch, him strumming soft, baby head lolling sleep. This, Jordan murmured. Meaning made. Stars winked assent. Back, curveball. His dad health scare, heart flutter, ER lights harsh. Rush cross state, Riley car seat strapped, hospital vigil tense. Bedside, tube snaking, old man weak but wry. Didn't plan encore. Laughter choked, Jordan grip tight. Stick around. Grandkids need you. Nod solemn, mending deeper. Recovery rallied. Rehab visits, stories swapped. Mom's recipes, youth scrapes. Dad's toast bar one night. To second chances. Glasses raised. Riley clapping chaotic. Riley's firsts accelerated. Steps wobbly to us open arms. Words garbled data duel. Birthday first. Cake smash gleeful. Frosting smeared grins photos. Friends gathered. Toasts teary. Conflict internal brood. Jordan's label pushing major. Album 2. World tour potential. Late night debate kitchen. Riley asleep monitor humming. It's now or never, he urged, eyes fervent. But us? The family?
Kaun termine.
Compromise forged. Tour hybrid segments homebound. Tech live streaming. Launch night electric. Venue packed. Riley front row bouncer on lap. Set sword. Finale family join. Me stage kiss. Baby wave tiny. Roar deafening. Love amplified. Post-tour glow. EP acoustic home recorded. Riley gurgles backing. Charts climbed family anthems. Anniversary 2. Park picnic. Riley chasing bubbles. Rings glinting sun. Vows refreshed whisper. Through chaos calm. Kiss sweet, future vast. Dad's full heel. Fishing trip tradition revived. Us 3 generations. Lines cast dawn. Stories flowing river. Proud, he said direct. Jordan's shoulder clap. Tears hidden, bonds iron. Riley's world expanded. Preschool queer inclusive. Crayons rainbow. Pickup tales. Teacher said families all shapes. Pride swelled. One storm night. Thunder rumbling. Riley burrowing between. We held fort. Stories spun. Songs lulled. Post-bed. Our bed reclaim. Love-making quiet fierce. Reconnection deep. Our meaning. He breathed. This mosaic. Years layered. Riley schoolboy. Jordan Grammy nod surprise. My book illustrated memoirs. Dad's stories chronicled. Legacy gentle. Love's arc bent not break. Dramatic start. Emotional core. Meaningful tapestry woven thread by resilient thread. Riley's school entry marked epochs. Backpack mini slung. First day nerves knotting tummies. Drop off curb, him clutching bare threadbare. Eyes wide brick building. Be brave, buddy. Jordan knelt. Kiss forehead. My turn hug squeeze. Love you to stars. Wave small, door swallowing. Us lingering till vanished. Pickup tails tumbled. Made friend. Drew spaceship. Giggles bus ride home. Crayons clutched fist. Evenings routine sacred. Baths bubbly, stories layered. His originals rhyming mischief. Bedtime snuggles triple, breaths sinking sleep. Jordan's Grammy buzz hummed. Nomination ceremony LA. Red carpet surreal. Tux crisp. Riley flower pinned lapel. Flight family, hotel pool splashes prelude. Stage lights blinding. Envelope slit tense. Name called. Roar crashing. Speech choked. For Alex, Riley, the ghosts we laid. Embrace stage, tears hot, wind tangible. After party whirl. Celebs mingling, but us anchored. Riley yawning yawns. Dad FaceTiming proud. Knew you had it, son. Return jet lag joy, EP sales soaring. Tours booked balanced. My book launch synced. Scene. Queer portraits. Pages Riley's baby gaze to elders wise. Reading queer bookstore, crowd intimate, Jordan front row, Riley squirmy. Q&A raw. Art healed my hiding. Sales signed personal, impact ripples. Family expanded organic. Riley's buddy playdates. Parents queer spectrum. Picnics park diverse. One dad shared. Your story inspired my out. Ripple effect humbling. Conflict domestic. Jordan's schedule swell. Collabs producers. Studio nights late. Dinners cold microwave. Bedtime stories solo mine. Resent simmered subtle. Miss us. Note left fridge magnet. Talk couch honest. Tour shadow again? Adjustment pivots. Studio home. Family jams integrated. Riley producer knob twirl. Dad's role deepened. Weekly dinners his diner haunt. Booths vinyl cracked. Stories unearthed. Mom's laugh echoing Jordan's. Regrets voice soft. Push too hard.
Sorry.
Forgiveness full, Riley grandpa tales wrapped. Vacation keys. National parks road trip. Tent pitch stars under. Hikes trails dusty. Riley rocks collecting. Campfires crackle songs. One night. Meteor shower streaking. Wishes whispered. More like this. Jordan's arm waist. Riley sandwiched. Cosmos vast love small fierce. Return. Surprise. Agency call. Sibling match. Girl newborn bio family open. Decision whirlwind. Yes resounding. Homecoming double chaos. Diapers duel. Cries harmony. Name Luna moon sister to Riley's son. Nights blurred feeds. Days tandem tots tumbling. Parenting duo amplified. Jordan lullabies bilingual. Me art sessions finger paint. Friends aunt uncle roles. Dad grandpa beaming bottles. Balance teetered, but joy outweighed. Milestones doubled. Giggles stereo. Career crescendos. Jordan's tour doc filmed. Behind-scenes family slices. Premiere festival. Red carpet Riley Luna carriers. Reviews raving authenticity. Hails harmony. Art. Love. Life. My sequel sketched. Family chronicles. Pages Luna's lashes. Riley's grin. Gallery show sold swift. Proceeds youth center. Holiday first quad. Tree trim tinsel. Dad carving turkey tails. Gifts wrapped whimsy. Riley drum mini. Luna rattle starry. Toast circled. To us unbreakable. Storm small. Luna colic nights. Jordan gig clash. Frustration flared call missed. Need you here. Bridge text apology. Home rush hold collective. Team reaffirm. Riley's school play. Tree roll pine proud. Us front row cameras. Curtain call bow deep. Applause ours loudest. Anniversary 3. Beach dawn. Kids sandcastles. Vows renewed waves lapping. Through multiples, miracles. Kiss sun kissed. Dad's legacy project. Memoir co-ghosted. Jordan pen. Truths tender. Launch reading. Voice steady. Healing words. Copies signed teary. Life mosaic rich. Careers cresting. Family flourishing. Love's drama distilled essence. Emotional depths plumbed. Meaningful heights scaled. Unforgettable every dawn. Luna's infancy layered chaos color. Crawls carpet conquering. Babbles echoing Riley's commands. Duo dynamic. Him protector fierce. Her giggles siren call. Mornings tandem high chairs. Oatmeal smears symphonic. Jordan songs serenade spoonfuls. School runs doubled. Riley backpack. Luna carrier snug. Drop-offs duel. Hugs hasty. Waves window. Pickup pandemonium. Tails tumbling. Artwork clutched. Jordan's doc premiered wide. Theaters packed. Reviews lauding. Queer family anthem. Q&A tour cities. Us tagging weekends. Hotel cribs cooing. Stages shared anecdotes. One panel. Host probed. Balance fame fatherhood? His reply gold. They're intertwined. Kids ground the glamour. My book too dropped. Echoed lives, portraits expanded, dad's lined face, kids' unlined wonder. Tour readings intimate, crowds sharing stories mirror. Sales funded family fund, college jars jingling. Dad's memoir hit shelves modest. Rough edges, soft landings. Forward Jordan's heartfelt. Signings local, fans grizzled vets nodding kinship. One vet teared. Reminds my boy. Impact quiet, profound. Vacation abroad dream. Ireland roots call. Jordan's heritage hunt. Flights toddler tested. Emerald Hills rolling. Cottage thatched. Fiddles pub nightly. Kids jigging clumsy. Ancestor tales graveside. Whispers wind woven. Blood strong, love stronger. Return jet lag jumble, but bonds burnished. Riley's accent lilt lingering. Luna's first tooth pearl. Conflict creative. Jordan collab big. Pop star duet. Studio LA month. Short stint. Promised, but pull parental tugged. Compromise, rotation visits, me midway meet. Departure airport ache familiar. Luna's cry carrier piercing. Calls constant. Miss chubby cheeks. His voice homesick. Mid-stint surprise. Me arrive unannounced, hotel knock dawn. Door fling, embrace avalanche, body's hungry absence. Then kids video freeze frames shared. Remainder week family pod. Studio peaks mixing boards. Tour doc sequel greenlit. Home life lens. Cameras capturing colic cuddles. Playdates pandemonium. Editing nights couch critiques. Laughter lacing cuts. Riley's milestone. Kindergarten grad cap tiny. Speech lisped proud. Ceremony gymnasia. Us teary-tiered seats. Diploma clutched. Hug stage. Big boy now. Luna's words bloom. Dada sing.
Demain encore nightly, Jordan complying croon.
Sibling squabbles spice. Toy tugs, truce kisses. Dad's health vigilant. Checkups routine, walks park grandkids. One outing. Bench rest. Never thought this. Gaze soft ponds. Full circle. Holiday quartet. Halloween haunts. Costumes capes. Superhero squad. Trick or treat bags bulging. Porch pumpkins glow. Storm seasonal. Blizzard berries, power flickers. Fort blanket built. Stories flashlight fueled. Songs a cappella. Post plow, cocoa mugs marshmallowed, warmth within. Anniversary 4. Cabin woods secluded. Kids aunt babysat. Fireplace crackle, wine warming. Lovemaking languid, reconnections rediscover. Still sparks, murmur ashglow. Career peaks. Jordan's single charts top. Grammy repeat nom. My exhibit traveling, cities showcasing souls. Riley's question probing. Why two dadas? Answer simple. Love chooses shapes. Nod sage, world absorbed. Luna's laugh therapy. Peels pure, diffusing spats. Family photos framed. Chaos captured candid. Dad's gift. Trust willed equal. Letter sealed. You made right. Read joint teary. Legacy lightened. Life's drama dialed domestic. Emotions ebbing flowing. Meaning mind moments. Breakfast battles to bedtime bliss. Love's script ever unfolding. Unforgettable intimacy. Riley's elementary ascent accelerated. Backpack bulkier. Friends flock fiercer. Soccer sign-up cleats clacking. Practices pitchside cheers hours. Goal netted first. Sprint embrace mud smeared. Saw that. Dads. Luna's preschool palette. Easels finger paint. Smocks splattered. Pickup parades. Look. Rainbow. Drawings fridge gallery. Jordan's Grammy redux. Ceremony glitz. Family frocks. Red carpet poses, Riley bow tie, Luna sparkle dress. Win announced. Stage rush collective. Hugs heap. Speech snippet. For the little leagues cheering. Afterglow after party, mingles mini. Bedtime backstage borrowed. My traveling exhibit toured triumph. Berlin Queer Fest, walls whispering welcomes. Opening toast German clinks. Jordan video virtual. Prost to you. Sales soared symbolic. Proceeds pride global. Dad's routine rooted. Breakfast diner duo. Eggs over easy echoes. Stories serialized. War yarns soften sentiment. One confide. Regret the screams. Jordan's hand pat. Heard. Healed. Vacation vector. Grand Canyon vast. Rim walks wind-whipped. Mule rides dusty, vistas vertigo. Kids awe agape. Campfire constellations. Tales telescoped. Stars like your songs, Papa. Return refreshed, but rift relational. Jordan's manager push world tour mega. Arenas echoing. Late dinner debate. Legacy lock. Urged. Countercare. Kids' memories matter. Stalemate simmered. Sleep separate sides. Mediation morning. Coffee conciliatory. Compromise carved. Tour tiered. Home hubs integrated. Us first. Vow renewed dawn light. Doc sequel streamed smash. Binge families bonding. Reviews resonant. Hails heart home.
Éminent buzz, panel probing parenthood pop.
Riley's bully brush. Recess taunt weird family. Tears teacher told. Home huddle honest. Different strong. Jordan jam session jam. School assembly mine. Art ally talk. Crayons courage. Luna's leap. First bike wobbles, training wheels shed. Park pavement, cheers chorus, pedal proud. Fall scrape. Kiss boo boo. Brave girl. Holiday harvest. Thanksgiving table groaning. Dad carving tales. Pie's pumpkin. Gratitude circle. Riley's family fun. Luna's hugs. Storm surge. Nor'easter floods. Basement brine. Sandbags stacked. Neighbors rallied. Power pool generators. Post-flood fortitude. Clean-up cruise community. Anniversary 5. Paris whim. Eiffel twinkles. Kids grandparent. Sane strolls. Crepes crumbly. Sweet seduction. Sane serenade below. Paris us. Toast champagne. Career crossroads. Jordan album 3 conceptual. Family folklore. Studio sessions sibling soundscapes. Riley rhymes, Luna laughs layered. My memoir graphic. Panels paternal. Publishers bidding. Launchpad. Signing stories swapped. Riley's crush kindergarten. Note folded fancy. Giggles guidance gentle. Feelings flutter. Explain. Dad's wink. Like your old man. Luna's song self. Hum original off-key Jordan duet delight. Recording toy mic. Album bonus burble. Dad's decline subtle. Cough chronic. Doc dates. Chemo cloud. But spirit stubborn. Fight like sun. Visits vile side. Stories sustain. One rally. Park picnic. Wheelchair whir. Grandkids giggles ground. Worth every whisper week. Life's layers lush. Dramas dialed daily. Scorecards to snuggles. Emotions etched ever. Meaning magnified mundane. Love's legacy living loud. Dad's battle broadcast bulletins. Scans shadowy, treatments taxing. Home hospice hinted, but denial danced. Jordan juggled gigs gentle, visits vile vigilant. Tell him, prompt soft. Call came candid. Palliative path. Tears telegraphed, but resolve rigid. Riley's awareness acute. Grandpa sick. Query quiet car ride. Answer age apt. Body tired. Heart huge. Drawings delivered. Superhero capes cure. Luna's intuition infant. Cuddles clingy. Songs soothe. Bedside ballads. Tiny hand vein-veined. Jordan's album folklore flowed. Tracks therapy. Lyrics lament laced love. Release reception raw. Dad preview bedbound. Nod. Captures us. My graphic memoir mapped mortality. Panels palliative. Publishers poignant. Advance aided care. Pages past dad first. True. Thumb weak. Vacation vetoed vigor. Stay cat eye in sanctuary. Backyard bliss. Tense pitched lawn. Esmore sticky. Stories starlet. Return routine resilient. School shuttles. Studio snippets. Conflict creative crunch. Jordan's tour tease, but pause paternal. Label leeway. Family first. Doc Emmy win. Ceremony streamed sickbed. Cheers collective. Speech surrogate mine. For the fighters framing. Riley's resilience rally. School project heroes home. Essay dad eulogy early. Read class applause authentic. Luna's language leap. Sentences strung. Love grandpa always. Cards crafted crayon. Holiday hushed. Christmas candlelit. Dad tree trimmed frail. Gifts gentle blanket knit. Book tales. Carol chorus cracked voices. Storm silent. Winter whiteout. Isolation intimate. Board games blaze. Soup simmered shared. Anniversary 6. Hospital hushed. Vows bedside variant. Rings re-ringed. Kids kiss cheeks.
Till end. Visper voven.
Dad's decline deepened. Breaths labored. Lucid lapses. Vigils. Stories serial final. One eve. Proudest papa. Gaze Jordan Gold. Love you, boy. Fade final. Hold hands haloed. Funeral framed fortitude. Chapel simple. Eulogy Jordan's. Rough road. Right turns. Graveside green. Dirt damp. Riley rose red. Luna whisper wind. Aftermath ache. House hollow. Echoes empty. Cleanouts cathartic. Photos poured. Letters lingered. Legacy ledger. Trust tallied. Scholarships seeded youth queer. Jordan's grief groove. Album addendum elegy. Track rough edges raw. Release revenue relief fund dad named. My panels posthumous. Exhibit echoes endure. Portraits presence. Opening ode. Tears tribute. Riley's reflection. Miss stories. Therapy threads. Drawings dad duo. Luna's loss latent. Questions quiet. Cuddles cure. Spring stirs. Park picnics dad dedicated. Benches bronze planned. Career cadence. Jordan tour tribute. Stages dad anecdotes. Arenas acclaim. Home halts healing. My book bonus. Dad's chapter closure. Vacation validation. Beach bomb. Waves wash wounds. Sandcastle sturdy. Seashells saved. Anniversary 7. Memorial merged. Toasts tandem. Carried forward. Clink clear. Kids growth golden. Riley reads ravenously. Luna leaps letters. School stars parent pride. One dawn journal Jordan's. Saw him last peace. Now see us whole. Love's drama distilled. Emotional excavation. Meaningful monument. Unforgettable odyssey ongoing. Grief's garden grew gradual. Spring bulbs dad's favorites. Planted plot park. Weeds pulled weekly. Riley trowel tiny. Luna dirt dimpled. Growing like us. Jordan noted soil stained smile. Riley's middle school morph. Braces gleaming. Crushes cryptic. Soccer captain cleats. Games goal glory. Cheers sideline synced. Luna's elementary entry. Backpack butterfly. First day flutter. Pickup poems. Teacher nice. Friends fun. Jordan's tour tribute toward triumph. Venues vast. Vignettes dad vivid. Fans feedback. Felt the feels. Revenue ripples relief. Scholarships sprout stories similar. My exhibit echoes endured. Museums mounted. Murmurs moved. Tour talks therapeutic. Crowds confide kin lost. Vacation voyage. Italy vine verdant. Pasta plates piled. Gondola glides, gelato gooey. Kids canal caper. Return recharged, rift relational rare. Jordan's sabbatical suggested, label listen. Recharge roots, agree aligned. Doc franchise, third lens legacy, filming fields fallow. Premiere family feature, reviews rooted, Hale's harvest heart. Riley's rebellion right, phone privileges, rules rebelled. Grounded grace, talks teen-tempered, boundaries build. Luna's artistry awaken. Dance dreams, tutu twirls. Recital spotlight, leaps love-laced. Holiday harmony. Halloween haunts healed, costumes collective, ghosts gentle. Storm summer, hurricane hum, evac early. Shelter stories swapped, power pooled. Anniversary 8. Vineyard vows, wine waves. Kids carriers cooed, forever fields. Career convergence. Jordan collab community queer artists album.
Studio Symphony, Riley Rap Rookie, Luna Lyric Lilz.
My manuscript muse. Kids Chronicles, chapters charm. Publishers praise. Generational gem. Dad's bench bronze. Unveiling unveil. Plaque rough to rooted. Ribbon snip, speeches short, tears tribute. Riley's romance first. Date diner awkward. Advice avuncular. Be you. Luna's league. Soccer sister. Shin guards shared. Goals group grins galore. One eve eclipse. Sky dark day, glasses gawked. Wishes whispered. Light through dark. Jordan's journal jotted. Saw loss. Found light. Reflection resonant. Vacation vertical, Rockies rugged, hikes high. Peaks panted, vistas vast, camp confessions. Kids quests, Riley Robotics Club, builds bot brave. Luna Library lass, books borrowed boundless. Holiday hearth, Thanksgiving thanks, threaded dead memories. Pies past, plates piled. Storm soul, blizzard bond, fort fun fortified. Anniversary 9, NYC Nook, skyline serenade. City saw a start, toast twinkling. Life's layers luminous. Dramas deepen daily. Teen tantrums to tot triumphs. Emotions ever evolving. Meaning mind maturity. Love's legend lengthening. Unforgettable unity. Riley's high school horizon. Halls humming, hormones havoc. Clubs cascade, drama debut, lines learned late. Dates duo, dad duties discreet, safe sound. Luna's middle mischief. Braces bling, besties brigade. Dance dazzle, recitals rhythm radiant. Jordan's queer collab crested. Album acclaim, charts cascade. Awards afterglow, acceptance artistry. For the unseen, my chronicles capped. Trilogy tome, launches legacy. Signing soulful stories stitched strangers.
Vacation Vista, Hawaii Ash, Lava Flows.
Beaches black sand, lays love-laced, kids coral chase. Return rooted, reflection retrospective, podcast pair. From scream to symphony, listens loyal, letters laud. Riley's revelation, out orientation, boyfriend bashful. Proud, hugs heap, school strut supportive. Luna's leadership, student council spark, campaigns clever. Holiday helix, Christmas cycles, tree traditions. Gifts grown, guitars mini, paints palette. Storm serenity, nor'easter Nestle, puzzles pieced. Anniversary 10, decade dawn, dawn dance. Vows vast, through tens timeless. Career capstone, Jordan biopic buzz, script source screams. Casting calls, cameos kids. My mural monumental, city wall, scene stories. Paint pours public. Dad's decade death day, park picnic, bench bench. Balloons buoyant, ballads soft. Riley's right, Prom poised, tux twirl. Photos flash, farewell feels. Luna's leap, braces by, smile straight. One night northern lights, aurora awe, sky symphony. Magic like us, Jordan murmur. Journal finale, saw roommate then, soulmate now. Unforgettable every